Well, there are a lot of fun things happening this weekend, including a first-of-its-kind festival here in Pittsburgh. Chalk Fest is happening tomorrow in the Southside Works, featuring 21 artists from all across the country, creating large-scale works of chalk art. Not to mention food, drinks, and live music, and raising money for River Life. Joining us live now to talk about Pittsburgh's Chalk Fest is Pittsburgh's chalking dad himself, Erik Greenawalt, organizer of the inaugural Pittsburgh Chalk Fest. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here this evening.
Yes. So tell us about your festival. You've done big sort of chalk fests in the past, but now you're bringing it to your hometown.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So I've traveled around the United States and even around the world, creating large format chalk drawings at chalk festivals, and super excited to be bringing the first of its kind here to the city tomorrow at Southside Works.
Nice. And so I think you took some of these pictures today, right, with the art already in progress. I see a Heinz ketchup bottle. I think I saw Marilyn Monroe. How do you keep, because obviously we do have rain to contend with here in Pittsburgh, so how do you make sure it doesn't wash away?
That's correct. Yeah. So we dealt with a little bit of rain this morning. It kind of delayed artists getting started, but had a nice afternoon to work through things, and super excited to see that weather forecast a little bit ago and things clearing up. But overnight, to keep the artwork and the work that all these artists from around the country have come in to keep it safe is all covered with tarps and duct tape to try to keep the rain and water out overnight. And if there is any damage, chalk artists are a resilient bunch, and we'll be fixing it when the sun shines tomorrow.
So talk to us about what you're creating for the festival this weekend.
Yeah, so you showed the picture. It's a giant Heinz ketchup bottle, 3D Heinz ketchup bottle that people who are down at the festival tomorrow will be able to pose with, interact with, have some fun photos and keepsakes of the event.
Do you ever see, after you do one of these festivals or you create a work, people taking selfies and things like that like pop back up on your Instagram feed or something?
Oh yeah. It's amazing. I have pieces that I've done that kind of have lingered in some places, and 3 or 4 weeks later, I'm still getting photos of some of the chalk drawings if they haven't gotten too much rain. So yeah, absolutely.
How long does it take you to do a work like this?
That ketchup bottle will probably be about 12 hours altogether. Wow. 12 to 14 hours. Yep.
And I have to ask you, when you watch it wash away, I mean, does a piece of you is it just like a jab to the chest?
As long as I get done, and all artists will tell you this, as long as we're able to get finished and take photographs of it, we're fine. I mean, it's a bit of job security, and gives us a fresh canvas for next time.
Right. And so what inspired you, by the way, to get involved with chalk, specifically on the pavement?
Yeah, so I actually started by drawing in my driveway for my daughters when they were toddlers. Was that about 15 years ago? And in fact, my older daughter, who's now 19 years old, is actually creating a piece this weekend right beside me.
Oh, nice, nice. And speaking of this weekend, can you run down the itinerary? What time does it start? Is it just tomorrow? Walk us through it.
Yeah, sure. So the artist started creating some pieces today, but the festival is from 2 to 6 tomorrow at the Southside Works. It's benefiting River Life, and there'll be food trucks, there'll be some entertainment, and it's not just artists who'll be creating. We have an artist who will be creating a giant mandala that folks can come down and help color in pieces of it.
Oh, cool.
And help contribute to the artwork. It's going to be huge. So
nice.
Looking forward to it.
What's your daughter making, by the way?
She is painting a Warhol Marilyn Monroe, the one that sold for I think $169 million last week. So
one. That was her Marilyn.
Yep, that was hers. And we have another artist who's in from Missouri who's chalking a portrait of Andy Warhol. So it's kind of a cool pairing between the two.
I know you probably aren't allowed to pick favorites, and you probably would want to say the Maryland, but do you have any favorites, or are there any sort of chalk drawings that you've seen?
They're all my favorites. I'm super excited to have this group of artists in. We have an artist from California, a few artists from Minnesota, some Florida artists. It's a great time, and it's great to be back and out on the pavement and creating art for people.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see it. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We're out of time, but I'll be sure to stop by, take my little selfie or something.
Stop on down. All right.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks. Take care. Thanks.